Okay, so if I could be bothered editing videos together in interesting, clever, or complicated ways, what we'd get, like, shortly after this little introduction, is a clip of me running through Nexus Tower, very excited, the game crashing and me getting very confused. The reason why I would insert that clip is because the game didn't crash, I just have literally zero reading comprehension skills. So, the reason for this video is I am very, very, very excited about the fact that apparently Behaviours have just been added to DLU and they have just reached the server I'm on. The reason I would show that clip is because I didn't properly read the announcement message where it was announced that in 10 minutes the server would be shutting down in order to apply updates and to actually get the Behaviours on. I'm an idiot is basically the summary of this. Also, does LU take longer to load when I'm recording? Is that a thing? It feels like that's a thing. Because I swear it wouldn't normally take this long. But anyway, yes, I'm excited. So, the first thing to say, not all behaviours have been implemented. So there's a list of behaviours. Usefully, to a certain extent, none of the implemented behaviours are ones which involve things like movement or blocks which, if I'm recalling correctly, no blocks which appear or disappear. Although actually that might not be true. We'll see. I don't remember enough about. I mean, okay, in my defence, it has been a sufficiently long time that I think I'm allowed to have forgotten the minutiae of behaviours. Also, I'm on this character rather than Ninja LU for a reason, and that's because Ninja LU was ported over from another server, and I'm a little bit concerned that if I log on, actually, let me quickly check passport. I'm a little bit concerned that I guess it probably would work, but because I know that achievements, etc., are based around. I know that getting behaviours are. I mean, I did complete the missions to get the behaviours, and I did get the little thing that said I have behaviours on other servers, so I should be fine. But anyway, I'm complaining about. It's probably faster. I'm here to go this way. I'm complaining about the fact that I don't have a. Because I've gone on this character just to ensure nothing goes wrong. I will test it out on Ninja LU later, but for the sake of this video, I wanted to make this whilst I'm still buzzing with the excitement that we got behaviours, because... Okay, interesting. Sorry, I was specifically asked to send a message if I white screened between worlds, and I just did. Okay, cool. It's actually, yeah, so this bug was something I used to intentionally try and trigger, for various reasons. I don't think it ever ended up being useful. If I recall correctly, though, yeah, the, that's actually kind of cool. I don't think I've previously, okay, paid, okay, so I can still be in here looking through, and see which things I've gone. But yes, okay, so, I am basically just sprinting to... I won't bother with that. For now, just want to, as quickly as possible, make my way over to, I guess, Brick Annex. I was debating whether I mean, the thing is, I bet I haven't gotten... Oh, I obviously have Block Yards, because the quest chain requires that. But I bet I haven't gotten... Which, I don't even know the name of the... Avant Grove, that's the word. Although, maybe I have. Let's go. Nimbus Rock. Let's see. I don't know whether I'm going to have to clear this real quick. If I do have to clear this, you're probably going to see me die. Because I'm bad to tell you, apparently. But... Yeah. I just want to mess around with this. Okay, cool. Yeah, got it. I should have thought things through here, because if I recall correctly, stuff spawns in this animation. I should have damaged that first. Actually, can you just destroy everything first? Doesn't really matter. I mean, this is, okay. I'm not paying anywhere near enough attention to the game. But then again, these are mostly Stromlings. So, okay, let's not die real quick. And then, honestly, I should just be attacking this for long. It's better use of my time. Why does it not look like it's not taking damage? I'd really like it to take damage. Okay, so what this is actually turning into is a ninja fate. Also, I swear that wasn't rotating last time. Oh, okay, there it goes. Okay, cool. So, for those who don't know, when you're dealing with these, the enemies will keep respawning until you get rid of that generator. So, it's... Oh, hello. I die here. So it is worth it just to take out the generator. I don't think that despawns. I guess we'll find out. I think I jumped over the thing that deals damage. I thought if I jumped over it, I wouldn't take damage. That was the gameplay. Probably should expect from me, to be honest. Of all the things I'm good at in this game, fighting has never really been one of them. I also, in retrospect, I am fighting with quite a bad weapon. I guess it might not be awful, but presumably I have something better, surely. Yeah, okay, I had a 2-2-2, and it was of shielding. And honestly, I hadn't really considered. That's actually... I hadn't really thought about this, but like comparing this to the shield I'm using, it's actually so much better because I don't have to wait out the cooldown for the shield. That's actually... I really hadn't thought about this. Sorry, this is... Ninja discovers a basic 2-2-2 weapon that he... Yeah. What do you expect from the guy who, like, really, really competent at... like parkour out of bounds and nothing else. Also, I do find it kind of interesting that the field of view changes in those cutscenes there, because like I wonder if that's an absolute or a relative change. Anyway, that is because I know certain cutscenes can be completely broken by changing your field of view, so it's interesting that certain times your field of view just does change by default. I guess I knew it changed because it does when you spawn in the Fat Gardens for the first time. Anyway, okay, able to use rank 2 behaviours, good. I genuinely might just speed run. If I don't have all the behaviours I want, I might just go through however many places I need to get them. I don't know which ones I do off the top of my head because it's never relevant. That's wild. I clearly got that and then utterly forgot about it. Oh, and I had Space Ranger gear on me all the time. Anyway, all of that is totally irrelevant because, yes, so, I mean, it's not going to be absurd, the stuff we can do for the moment, because, so it is both a good and a bad thing that we currently do not have anything associated with movement. Okay, so how do we actually do this? Is this behaviours? Yes, it is. Okay, cool. So apparently we can't do... I don't even know. Is this... Okay, so... I want to actually... Okay, I want to mess with that real quick. Because... I think that... I don't think that's movement of the... So you can't have things move. Is that... I can't tell if that feels weird. It's not... I think it might feel weird. But, okay. I am starting so many sentences and I'm not managing to complete any of them. So, okay, let's quickly see if I can find a tile here. I guess this will do. It's annoying that I only have one of them, but fortunately, one DLU thing is that you don't have to worry about having finite numbers of bricks. The only thing that having a finite number of bricks will slow you down is the fact that I can't select and copy more of these at once. I do have to go one by one. And basically, I just want to create something that's sufficiently long that I can just walk down and really, really feel if the terrain's different, because I'll be able to. I It's just annoying that to use one at a time for because I don't have enough. But yes, so yeah, there are a limited number, as I was saying, limited number of behaviors, and importantly, none of these are movement-based behaviors. So it's both a good and a bad thing, right? Because on one hand, it means that moderation is going to remain really easy. You don't need to worry about someone building a property that looks like one thing and totally rearranged itself into another thing. So, okay, that's useful. That's good to know. But the downside is obviously you're limited in what you can do with it without movement. Okay, so I definitely don't want to group these, right? Well, okay, sorry, grouping. Okay, I don't actually know what grouping does. I think actually is the conclusion I should come to here. However, this is what I want to see. I want to see basic movement versus wobbly ground movement. I want to see if I can feel a difference. I wonder if, like, wobbly ground movement is, like, walking on studs. Okay. I don't think I feel anything weird there. I mean, okay, I feel something weird when I first jump on to it, but that's just because I'm going up a step. It's really hard to know. I think anything I'm feeling there is placebo. And yes, it is weird to talk about. Wait a second, let's also just double check. Okay, I am recording. just wanted to double check, because I've done that before. I mean, that shouldn't surprise you. Again, I am the incompetent guy. But okay, so now let's just change this out. So I appreciate this isn't the main thing that I actually want to be checking out. Yeah, because I want to start doing that. But no, I don't feel any change. I don't think. Nothing feels obvious. But okay, cool. So I have no idea what those are. Those might just be... So I don't remember at all how behaviors work. Those might just both have been predefined behaviors that I was just applying, in which case, well, we've just established no movement stuff is going to work. So I think that probably is what that was. I was wondering, from context of messages I received, I was wondering if maybe I was going to get to... Yeah, I wondered if something interesting was going to happen. Seems not, that's fine. Okay, so, let's just actually double check in server announcements what actually is going on here. Okay, so we've got, on Interact, so the things we can do. Interact, drop life power up, drop imagination power up, drop armor power up, drop spawn stromling, spawn pirate, spawn ronin, play sound, smash, wait, unsmash. I probably have Lego Universe muted. Let's unmute Lego Universe real quick. I think you guys should be able to hear it when I do. Let me just double check. Cool, I can't see whether or not you can. So, I think you probably can't, because I think I would probably have to have... Maybe you can, maybe you can't. I'm just going to do this the easy way, which is I take all my desktop audio and I mute Discord. That's easier, I think. And then hopefully you guys won't get any pings. Okay, let's go. So none of these should be working. None of these, none of these. Actions, what do we have? Got play sound, smash. Okay, smash. Okay, I was told smash and unsmash. I get the feeling that unsmash is rebuild. Rebuilds your model over a number of seconds. Okay, cool. Let's just... This is so... Like... This feels so incredibly weird, right? This feels so, like, dumb and childish. Because I am literally just... Like, this is 100% a, like... okay. Test name. This is 100%, like, the, like, most basic scripting language of a kid's game. And I should be better than this. I'm not. Okay, cool. So... Okay, that's funny. That hasn't changed. I mean, I can't actually tell if that made a... I wonder, would it have smashed silently if I hadn't? I've done that. But okay, this is... Like, again, I appreciate how absurdly dumb this is to be getting excited over, but like, for so long, this just wasn't going to... This has literally... I should say the reason. I don't think I've actually stated this. The reason that this is so exciting to me is that literally for years, this was impossible. This was just something that was not going to happen. It was not going to happen for two different reasons. It wasn't going to happen because it was too hard, and it wasn't going to happen because DLU didn't want to implement behaviors. Cool. I mean, this was, I guess, somewhat inevitable. I should probably post... let's just double check. Is that a server-wide crash? Is that a me crash? But I'm just going to post a message about it. This crash happened when editing a behavior. Also, this... I rarely have my earphones on this. Okay, so I'm going to restart quickly because... So this is another cool thing that like I haven't mentioned because I mean I haven't done any videos like this for a while where I'm just talking about stuff. But cool thing that was for ages like this mystery that none of us knew, which is why in live it was never a thing that when you wait a second, I'm going to temporarily hide my screen here because I am in the midst of a very long-running prank. And I don't want that to be given away by some of the characters that I may or may not have. Cool. Okay, that's back on. Let's go. That potentially could give it away, but I don't think the person that I'm doing the long con on knows. It watches my videos, so that's fine. Yes, I'm overly committing to a bit. If you knew me in real life, I promise you wouldn't be surprised. But yes, cool. So, yeah, just... yeah, I've lost my train of thought, but I know one topic of discussion I dropped is, yeah, this was never going to happen. This was always like... I think you probably even hear about it in some of my old videos on the main channel of just being like... This was just totally... like 100% totally assumed that this would this would be something that never happens. And again, I'm getting distracted because I was being asked what caused the crash. What world was it in? What is this? I nearly said Nimbus Station. What is that? Nimbus Rock. Okay. This also, genuinely, there's part of me that's getting, like, kind of nostalgic. Or being made nostalgic. That's okay, let's just... Okay. Okay, that's good to know. So, it did save the behaviour. So I'll actually write that. Okay, let's actually just check. Did it fully save the behaviour? Because I didn't hear an explosion before or after, and I should have heard an explosion after, unless I didn't get around to putting it back after. I thought I did. Let's see. Okay, I did put it back after. Okay, save behaviour. Cool. Okay, didn't crash this time. That's cool. Okay, so what else do we have? Basic, when attacked. So I don't think... This is dumb, but, like, this is who I have been for way too long in this game. Just the, okay, I'm gonna maybe break stuff guy. Yeah, okay, doesn't work. Figured it wouldn't, but I had to try. I am legally obligated to try the things that I'm told shouldn't work. Realistically, they never are going to. Ooh, that's interesting. Oh, okay. No, so it came back. But yeah, this is just wild because truly this was a thing that was never going to come out. It's also really cool that just to look okay, I'm losing my own train of thought here. Oh yeah, it's also cool to kind of, I genuinely, with that crash, got actual nostalgia. Because, like, it's been so long since anything's gone wrong. Like, I've had lag. That's been, like, that's the thing that will go wrong. How do I... I'm really confused by the... Okay, so the plus is just... And this... What is this basic movement versus wobbly ground movement? That I don't understand. I'm maybe just Google that. Okay, it's absolutely wild in the year 2025 to be Googling wobbly ground movement Lego universe. That is... But... Oh, you're kidding me. I'm here? Really? Oh, okay. Okay, so this is very... Okay, this is actually hilarious. So, okay. So I googled wobbly ground movement and I found the scam server website. I didn't realize until I clicked on the link that this was the scam server website. I immediately recognize it. But what's hilarious? Okay, I can search. So let's look wobbly. I know wobbly appears here because I know the scam server ripped it off of the Prima guide. So, but is it trying to get me to go? Surely there's, okay. How do I search the whole document in? I should be searching the whole document. What? Why is the search not working? Okay. It's just not finding the word wobbly. Okay, I just want to know what wobbly... I want to know, is this... Is this meant to be affecting how I walk? What's meant to be going on? Okay, it is absolutely wild that... It's absolutely wild that the scam server is the only place I can find. Okay, yes, and it's... okay, cool. Crashed again on save. Crashed again exiting. Okay, so that was upon save. I'm pretty certain I was clicking the save model button. Oh, but is that... Okay. Let's see if I can... Okay. Honestly, this is now activating a very different part of my brain because there was the excitement. I do want to go through... I do want to speedrun and get all of the behaviors for you guys because I'm excited. I'm excited to check them out. I should do that. I should also, just to improve my frame rate slightly, I should put Streamlabs on performance mode. Okay. Nearly read out my password out loud because I haven't recorded videos in ages. No live videos anyway. Okay, let's go. And yes, I did intentionally blank out the screen again. Committing to this particular bit. I say I blanked out the screen again as though I did. I mean, there's a non-zero chance that I just didn't, because I'm on performance mode, so I didn't know. Okay. I think... Yay, okay, that works. Cool. So it probably did work. Okay, back on performance mode. I probably would have seen it last time anyway. I'm actually debating, do I just hop over to Ninja and just assume, because he should have everything. Yeah, I'd probably do that. That's probably better. I mean, it's annoying that I've made that decision after now starting to load in and having this take a while, but I think I'm gonna go back to blacked out screen and looking at, oh, is it slash camp? I think it is. Nice. Okay, yeah, we test it on Ninja. Okay, cool. Yeah, so, okay, we should have everything on this account. Yeah, this is genuinely wild because it's genuinely so weird. I am out of nostalgia for LU. To be very, very, very clear. I've been out of nostalgia for LU for quite a few years now, because realistically, I've been playing it now for longer than I ever did in live. But it's so wild to me that I'm sitting here right now and I'm getting nostalgia for the server crashing. But I think that's something to like bear in mind for just how far we have come. Which is that I'm in a position where I can get nostalgic for a server crashing. It has been so long. Oh, it's laggy. It's been so long since LU crashed that regularly for me. Come on. My internet is awful. It's been so long since LU crashed regularly that, like, that's something I remember as just like, oh, back in my day. Like, what? That shouldn't be a thing. Oh, okay, in my defense, I've never had a reason to remember what this tab was. Okay, let's see. Bad time to run out there. But sure. I failed earlier today this jump twice, and I'm so ashamed. There is no world in which I should be failing that jump. Okay, I gave myself exactly the same amount of health I lost. Nice. Okay, cool. That's... that was too slow. Okay, we don't talk about today, all right? And I don't have enough imagination, do I? Come on. I mean, this isn't enough, but it gives me a second to change. I deserve that. I'm meant to be good at this. I'm not meant to be amazing at this game. I'm not meant to be... I really should have just killed the 8. I was trying to be clever. I'm not meant to be the best at all aspects of this game. I'm meant to be pretty decent at getting out of bounds. But there's no world in which I should be dying to an ape. This ape, especially. Okay. So, I'm just going to hope that we have all of the behaviours. Going to hop over... let's go Chatty Shanty. Okay, there may also be an element of this as well, that I'm finally playing with music on for the first time in ages. And this is now happening consistently, so again, just letting... My brain is stopping working because I'm just seeing Savvy Squawk in front of me, which is not Hailstorm. I'm so sorry, Hail, but in my defense, you messed with my head and I'm tired. Okay, because I'm on this server, I'm going to need to claim it. Okay. Okay, things have become buggy, I don't care. This I am way too excited to care. I also, at some point, I moved this just because, like, it's used, for ages that was near the top of my inventory, but also, how often do I truly use that? Okay, I'm going to just find, let's get a big, let's go. I just want to do this, and I want to have it break in front of me and have my computer absolutely lag out. Oh, that's... So this used to happen on some of Ginger's properties, where when I touched an object, it would become really laggy. It never happened on one of mine. Okay, that's interesting. I mean, for the moment, that's weird. Okay, sure. So first off, I just want to watch this. It's dumb. It is so, it's so dumb, but okay. That was underwhelming because it didn't. There is a setting where you can tune in LWO.xml where you can tune how much stuff it spawns in. But I thought I'd messed with that ages ago to make it 100%, but I mean, it's probably not a bad thing if I didn't. Yeah, this is weird. Because I remember this being a... Did this become a thing again? Maybe because they started implementing behaviors. And I think behaviors... One of the things on the behavior list is caring about collision detection. So has that changed? But okay, do something nice and easy. Yeah, there's no way whatever was causing lag will cause this to lag out. And now let's... New behavior. Got restart. Okay, so do we have... Save announcements. Okay, what things do we have? I don't think we had restart. I don't think we had any of those. Okay, we had smash, wait, and unsmash. The unsmash is rebuild. So, okay, we've got these three. So we've got these four. We've got... Yeah, none of these. I mean, half of those I don't even remember. I'm assuming as well, like, whether or not this was live accurate, I'm assuming nothing we have is going to do collision detection of any shape, any form. I'm assuming not. I'm assuming as well that, actually, I should test this out, but I'm figuring will be absolutely no form of nav mesh for these guys. I'm figuring they'll probably just, when I spawn in enemies, they'll probably just walk through any models I set up. Best case scenario, they stop by the side of them. I'd be very surprised if they do that. Maybe they could also clip up to the top. That seems very unlikely, though, because, okay, sometimes you do get enemies clipping up to the top of... I didn't mean to do that. Sometimes you do get enemies clipping up to the top of stuff, but normally that is based on... that's to the top of terrain. So if you spawn an enemy beneath some terrain, it will naturally clip up to the top of it. But, okay, I mean... Okay, so was damage... No. Doing damage apparently isn't implemented. I mean, again, I have to try, but... So let's just see. I wonder what happens. Like, will it... I'm assuming it should just do nothing, but will it... Let's just double check. Spawn 10. Only spawns 5. Big sad. Okay, and we... Unleash Ronan! Okay. That's actually good to know. So, didn't deal any damage, and it just stopped. It stopped executing. Okay, that is good information to have. So, it's not just that it will fail to execute that one thing, but the thing it doesn't understand will crash the evaluation, or so it seems. So, okay. That's good to know. Alright, let's chuck this away. So, let's do the same thing again. Let's also... Actually, on top of that, I want to try something. This is a dumb thing again. I want to see, can you still interact with it? This is really now just me exploring, but I want to see, can you... Okay. There's got to be some pattern here. I'm wondering if it's still saving the behavior as I clicked... No, it can't be that. What? There has to be some commonality, because it's happened 3 times now. Okay, it could just be chance. I feel like it isn't, though. And I want to see this, and I want to show you guys. I'm excited. So I promise I'm not intentionally trying to mess around and cause bugs. I mean, that is a very on-brand, very me thing to do. But I promise that is not what I am doing in this instance. I'm not just screwing around. Yes, but okay. So whilst we load in here, what is this about different kinds of movement as well? Where would it be in the Prima guide? Because it's... I mean, like, that's the one thing. Is I know that was stolen from the Prima guide, so... Like, everything on that website is. So, models and behaviors. Behaviors, skimming through. Let's see. Okay, I'll keep looking through later, but here we've come back in. Well, actually, I'm going to have... no, we should load in pretty quickly, because it's just Shanty Shanty. I really didn't breathe in, and to be honest, everyone was starting to whistle there. I just kind of committed. Okay, I'm looking through. Okay, we're back in. Three. Okay. It's kind of just cool. Okay, and can I? Okay. That's good to know. So, can interact. Well, I'm a terrible person, but I need to know. Oh, firstly, I need to check. Do these count towards achievements? Do I have any achievements I could get from killing these? Because I know in live they didn't. So, where's my big one? I forgot I'm now on a character that's actually somewhat competent at fighting. Oh! Okay, that's funny. Is that one going to get... Wait, then? Okay, so they... Okay, kind of some clip through. I mean, I'm surprised... Okay, so it seems like they're doing a clipping over thing. And it's a little bit inconsistent. I'm guessing it's because that's hollow in the inside. So doesn't perfectly make sense. Okay, okay, but we can get a sense of what's going on here. So I'm pretty certain in live I had this thought of, can you just... I think actually I wanted to grind out achievements for like the collect, so however much imagination. I've already got smash them all. Smashing success. Okay, let's just check this. So no, okay, that doesn't. And I'm assuming you don't get smashing success from beating enemies. No. Okay. Oh, the annoying thing is I might have a lot of the achievements I could get. I mean, okay, it's none of these. Where it would be world achievements, right? Smashing however many Ronin. I probably have all of them. I don't have... oh, Ninja Acolyte. Cool. Okay, let's see. Because it shouldn't work, because there should be... I'm fairly certain back in live these were a separate enemy type. And they specifically didn't count towards this, but let's just see. Is this still the case? Yes, it is. Okay. Okay, cool. It's good to know. Okay, so now we need to know how many... I'm so sorry. Why is this the way that I am? But I mean, so to a certain extent, there is a... I do feel like largely, like I have kind of tested a lot of what we have. Because really, I think the exciting part about this isn't necessarily the behaviors we have. It really sounds like I'm trying to get you to to join a like multi-level marketing scheme as I say these words, but it's not about the behaviors we have. It's about the behaviors we could have. I'm about to cause the Lego universe speculative bubble. But like, I don't know. I'm very excited because again, this has just been the thing that would never happen for absurdly long, and then like, I mean, for years, getting LU back was the thing that was kind of... It was almost a joke that it was essentially never going to happen. I mean, no one said that because everyone kind of thought it would happen at some point. But at the same time, it was a joke in the community that everyone was wrong and it was always going to take longer than we guessed. And then it just kind of happened over what felt... In retrospect, what feels like the course of a weekend is just suddenly... We get this. I'm just interested... I can't... Okay, so I started off here as being just interested in seeing what would happen. Like, how many I could spawn in. And then what happened, unfortunately, is I just fully autopiloted and did that. Wait a second. Is there a limit to the number of enemies I can hit with this at once? No, they look like they all got damaged. Shame. Because on a lot of things, I think there technically are limits. In the, like, the TAC arc, I think it is. So I think it's in stuff like The wormholer, there might be limits if I recall correctly. I could be wrong about that though. Okay, cool. So what do we have? What do we have that we can mess around with? As like the conclusion from this. We can spawn enemies in, so immediately we can actually have like interesting arenas to do. Oh, that could be really fun though. Like okay, it's dumb, it's really simple, but just a I mean, I like the idea of just a basic arena where you just have enemies that like I appreciate how like easy and obvious this is, but it wouldn't be too hard to like I'm trying to come up with an idea which isn't just obviously dumb. And what I'm thinking about is okay, the best thing or the thing which I think would make this work ideally would be if we had the on impact, because then you could have an incredibly dynamic arena where like you hop on something and it's like lasts 2 seconds, so essentially spleef, right? You hop on something, it lasts 2 seconds, collapses out underneath you, you fall back down. So maybe you can climb away from enemies for a little bit, so you've got some strategy there, because obviously the issue is enemies can't climb. So if you're trying to make an arena, you can have a ton of enemies in a box, but then you get exactly what I just did a second ago, that the answer is just run around them in a circle. I guess you can start throwing in like more complicated... Yeah. So the question is like, how do you throw in more complicated movement options? How do you make that fight more interesting? And yeah, I don't have any. I'm just confused about basic movement versus wobbly ground. You know what? I should just ask. I don't know why I'm looking through the old Prima guide. Okay, let's just do this. Quick question. Anyone is meant by wobbly ground, by wobbly movement versus basic movement? Thought it might be character movement, but can't necessarily feel a difference in any of my test cases. Or is it just the name of a default behavior? Sure. And I'm not going to be able to, because I've now used Discord, I'm not going to be able to see if I can reply to that. God, yep, this is... What can I say? I'm a professional. Okay, let's just double check. So we've got the on interact. I mean, honestly, the on interact, it's... So I've been planning, I don't know 100% whether this will make a video. I really hope it does, but I've been planning on having a race event, and honestly, just something like you interact with it and you smash it could be huge for just like seeing when different players... I mean, ideally, it would be great to have touched and smash, but like that alone could be huge. I'm excited. Okay, I'm rambling. Okay, so next question. So we don't have states, but I wonder, can we mess with states? Like, what happens if... What happens if I do this? Okay, I'm actually gonna... no, I'm not gonna try and cause a crash. I want to. But okay, I'm gonna wait a second. And then I'm gonna hit... Okay, that didn't... Okay, nothing happened. I was wondering if we could kind of trick it into having some degree of state by setting off 2 things at once. What if I do it by two different behaviors, though? I wanted to just see if we could store some kind of binary state by saying, okay, is it smashed or is it not, and get some kind of toggling from that. Let's just... What happens if you rebuild and it's not smashed? Okay, is it just when I do that too quickly? Is that the common denominator here? Also, I've got a reply. I mean, I guess it was a good thing that crashed temporarily. Not implemented makes model do funny movements. Okay. Again, I'm not used to doing this. It's been so long. Genuinely, this is kind of nice. It's been so long since I've recorded, like, a weird video like this. Just, like... the thing is, to a certain extent, there is far less reason now for anyone to watch these videos than there used to be. Because, like, back in the day, these were the only way you were going to find out about stuff like this. And now, okay, you can just hop on the server yourself. So, probably no one watches this. And, well, I don't care. I'm excited. I haven't done this in ages. Like, this is actually... If, like, just sitting down in front and being surprised this doesn't happen, I love it. I think even with something as basic as this, I think we're going to have some really interesting stuff. So, for instance, I think, like, just a PvP battlefield, right? But where you can interact with... I think there's huge potential in that, right? PvP Battleground, you interact with something, it, like, smashes stuff. So, okay, you could do a manual spleef thing where you, like, have to be constantly spamming shift. Actually, that would be kind of interesting, right? Because you've got, if you're constantly spamming shift, you're constantly slowing yourself down. So I guess there'd be a bit of a skill to just timing your spams. Shift, okay. And yes, let's come back over here, let's interact. Yeah, still does nothing. That was because I set it to rebuild. Okay. I have no idea how behaviors work, so much of this is just going to be me learning how behaviors. And okay, I've got to try and remember for this one, I'm going to try and do the test. What happens if I click this check mark, and can I prevent the crash if I constantly do checkmark white? That's kind of one thing I want to know. Okay, so let's now split this up into two different actions, whilst we're just trialing how things work for the moment. But I'm getting excited with this, because initially I was like, okay, how much can you do with this? But now I'm seeing, no, just the ability to have, like, a dynamic arena is absurd. Like, that's actually huge. That could be so exciting. I am now, the more I think about this, the more hyped for what I think people can... So... My thing has been LU for a while. It's been, I can do stuff because I can hop on my own instance, and I've got GM perms there, right? And so I can just do whatever I like. And the issue has been, like, no one else can do that. So it's kind of... There's been a lot of trying to make fun games out of just static stuff in the world rather than stuff spawning in, so that those will be accessible for everyone all the time. And this, I think that's what's getting me in my head, is this changes that. This is like, it's like we've got modding, and yeah, okay, it's incredibly limited at the moment, but I don't think that matters. Because I think there's going to be, I think we will have people doing creative stuff with even this, like parkour. I am so excited for the idea of just, like, parkour, but you have to, like, it's not static parkour. Like, yeah, I like, you could have such a cool, just, like, speedrun I forget which one okay, it's a limited amount I should be talking. I think, which one was, okay, one on the left, it's rebuild. It's the one on the right, also rebuild. No, it's smash, I did get it right. Okay, cool. And I'm just going to wait a second. No crash. And still does nothing because I am, presumably because I am trying to make it do two totally opposing things at once. The only other thing is maybe there's an order to them. Maybe I can mess around with that order. I did notice it looks like I could click and drag. Again, this is just me trying to understand how behaviors work, what's going on with them. Okay, I can't seemingly track them, but that's fine. I'll just swap the rebuilds. And I wait a second. Did I place model? Okay, cool. So there's no, like, it... Oh, what? Okay, so there is some ordering. I was literally just about to come to the conclusion that ordering doesn't matter. No, ordering does matter. Okay, and I successfully confused the game there. That makes sense. I too would be confused if you asked me to smash something midway through it being rebuilt. Okay, that's interesting. So, okay, so we don't get any state because it does just start the rebuilding at the same time. That's good to know. So if we shift and do 2 effects, it's not like it will only rebuild if it's broken. I mean, maybe it is, but whatever, like my weird attempt at storing like binary state with this, can't do it. Okay, good to know. I mean, it doesn't matter because you couldn't actually use that state for anything. But okay. I need to sleep, but also okay. How do I? Okay, cool. So I can get rid of like that. Okay, I can't get rid of it by trashing. I assume that's not meant to be you're putting it in. Okay. I don't know. I don't know how this works. I'm very, very, very new to this. I tried to make a riddle thing in live. It was awful. It was really bad. Okay, so okay, sure. We speedrun making spleef. Yeah. That's where we're at. I don't think there's any way of duplicating models, is there? Can you duplicate behaviors? I don't know. I don't want to have to make the same behavior many times over. And that would not be ideal. Okay, so how long do we... Because we have 2 options for how we make this work. Okay, first, I'm just going to... No, I should... Okay. Let's start off... Okay, let's start off just doing this with 2x2 bricks. We're going to go in here. Okay, why am I getting... this is so dumb. Why am I thinking... I'm like already thinking about the aesthetics of this. That is so stupid, but I guess this is the world we are in with LEGO Universe, where I am not just like, where I can afford to be like, that's yeah, that's I'm really enjoying this, just coming back to just being astounded by what we get. This is so nice. For those of you who didn't know my channel back in the day, this used to be everything. Just me being like, what? This is possible now? I didn't actually mean to click that, so I'm glad it didn't count it. I'm a little bit scared by the fact that it ignored me clicking that, because therein bugs lie, but well, we will deal with those bugs later, and I want to get rid of those 2. Okay, cool. So we're going to be on thin ice. That'll probably be the name of the property. Okay, cool. But I want to... What do those say? I forget the... Okay. Going back to place models. If I click that, to just take me out, because I don't want to be taken out. Place models. Okay, cool. So, let's mess with... So, I'm really, really hoping I can copy. That's my big hope here. Because if I can't, we've got a problem. So, okay. On actions, I want to, I guess, like, wait 0.5 seconds, and then smash, and then wait, I'm gonna say 60 seconds, and then rebuild instantaneously. I mean, okay, it would take balancing to work out this number. You could also do it so you manually reset it, but the issue is, if we're playing that people have to be spamming shift whilst they play in order to break the stuff behind them, my concern with that is that if someone's making a jump, you can still access... These models will still be there to interact with whilst they're midair. So I don't think we can do that. I think we do have to, with the tools at our disposal at the moment and no state, I think we have to have it on a timer. So okay, I want to give this a name. Yeah, there's no way it's gonna recognize me. No. Unstable ground, I guess. Sure. Sure, we can call it thin ice. Cool. It's got a nice name. How do I copy? Because I'm assuming it was meant to be you threw it in here. Okay, so it might be we can't do that, which is going to prohibit anything that requires lots of repeating things, because I don't think I can copy this, can I? This is where I'm gonna pay for not knowing how building works in LU. Oh no. I'm gonna have to chat to people. Because I don't know. So okay, let's see. Enter a name. Test. So I want to save it as a model. I don't know what this does. Okay. I don't know what the updating my model is going to do. I'm hoping this means that it's saved, because the thing is, this is just something I've never bothered testing. Because it's never been... There's never been something I wanted to build that I couldn't just... That I wanted to build by, like, repeatedly copying and pasting something in a brick build. So this has never even been a question. Because I'm assuming, like, in my head, yeah, this is... Walk up to a model and return it to your backpack. In my head, this is always just delete the model. But in principle, I guess in live it wouldn't have been. And you would actually save it. Whereas here, yeah, it does just delete it. Do I commit to this bit? I've got to get quite fast if I at creating these. If I do, I've got to have, or alternatively, I've got to find existing models that I can use for the ground. Has to be something that's high enough up that it's really clear. I don't really have anything. I don't really have anything, and the midnight energy is setting in, and my brain's slowing down. I don't want to slow it to slow down. I want to keep doing this. How did I? Okay, I cannot believe I'm going back to the Prima guide. How do I save? How do I save a model? Save. Save universe, more coins you save. Save up. I want to save a model. Save up. We have something. Okay. Remember to save your creations when you have something you like. Click the blue disc in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. What blue disc? Do not remember. And your creation will be saved to your backpack under the models tab. If you finish a model and don't want to leave it on the current property, but don't want to disassemble it, click the put away button at the bottom of your screen to place your... Okay, so to save your creations when you have something you like. Blue disc in the upper left hand. Is that meant to be upper right hand corner? Because I've got a blue disc in the upper right hand corner. Let's see. Yeah, the upper left hand, I'll be real with you. It doesn't seem like it's going to want to help me out all that much. I mean, okay, I can do whatever I can. I'm assuming this just isn't implemented. So I'm going to group. Does that? I've never actually known what grouping actually does. Like, does it actually change the performance? Well, if I clip camera inside, it probably... I've never had to do any of this. Okay. Those red eyes there genuinely just jump scared me. I just got jump scared by the... I've never noticed that. That just seems... That's just cursed. Oh, that's kind of funny. Yeah. Okay, cool. Edit model? What does this even do? I don't know. I don't know what half of these things do. I was really hoping there'd be a nice way of just saving the saving the model and copying it over. Because otherwise, I can put a grind in and make the spleef property, because I think that's a cool idea. But I cannot. I'm feeling the fatigue, and as much as I want to do this tonight, I know I shouldn't. I need to find a good model that I can buy an absolute ton of, for relatively cheaply. I guess it would have to be absurdly cheaply, because I forget I never have any money. How much am I on? Yes. Would have to be absurdly cheap. And then repeat that, because otherwise, yeah. Or there's... I mean, it would just be... Okay, no, you can't feasibly do a maze in LU, because you can always see through the walls. In a property. I'm just trying to come up. Are there any other good ideas? I mean, I still don't hate the idea of a PvP battle, because I think this is like the biggest thing we can do right now, is the ability to just have objects which appear and disappear, and it seems so dumb, but like that's just not something we've been able to do. Okay, I'm interested in ideas people have. For now, at this point in the night, I don't have any, but I'm very excited. I really thought I was going to get on here, start recording, and the buzz would die out, because I had taken a look at that list of things and seen that, okay, realistically, there is a limited amount of stuff you can do with those. Like, you basically had... The way I looked at that is you can spawn stuff in and you can drop power-ups, which means you can make a fight. But realistically, what? You can slightly change the distribution of enemies. The enemies aren't going to interact with the terrain in an interesting way. The terrain can't move around. But I forgot that it's irrelevant that the terrain can't move around, because the terrain can appear and disappear, and that's huge. Like, we'll be able to get creative stuff out of this. Because, yeah, I love the idea of a battlefield where it actually changes. Where, like, I can kind of... I'm thinking a very bodged Ultimate Chicken Horse. Where, like, there's, like, a game where you have to climb to the top of some amount. Okay, and it's like, it's awful, to be clear, but you've got to climb to the top of something, and you get to, like, once per round, you get to remove one stair you would have used to climb up there, right? And it's a question of who can pull off enough tricks to get to the very top. I mean, you'd have to be very clever with how you designed that, to make it not just who can do the most high jumps or whatever. And I think a lot of this is going to suffer from the fact that if I'm doing something which has, like, a lot of player manipulation built in, that means I'm going to be doing lots of models. And so without the ability, at least as far as I can tell, we don't seem to have the ability to copy behaviors. Actually, speaking of, let's... Attacked, interacted, interacted. I want something interacting. Of course, it's smash. Interact, push the forward, attack equals a spin. Well, moves up and down when touched. Appropriate. Build and play gets close. Smash moves away. Different sounds. Smash model. Complete resets. Model all behaviors. Fragile model. Smash touches. Or encounters a loud noise from an explosive smash. Interesting. So what? What's that last one? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Let's just spawn something in. I mean, okay. I mean, whatever it is, probably not going to work right now, but the idea of, at some point in the future, having chain reactions is very interesting. But what would that be made out of? What was the... Because it has to be a trigger thing, right? On attack, near, far, away from, on impact, on chat, on... How? What? How would it know when something nearby had made a... What? Okay, can I just apply it and just see how it works? Oh, I was so hopeful. Because it wouldn't have to do anything. I just want to know what it does. Maybe I'll do some research. Okay, this is fun. This is fun. And yeah, okay. So that's one thing I hadn't considered. Is actually the imagination dispenser could be quite interesting for making. Oh yeah. Okay, this is cool though. For just a PvP fight. Okay, this is something. This is something that I could build because that's. This is late. I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm doing it anyway. Yeah. Okay. So the idea where it's kind of. You have a fight where if someone stands in one place, they can get all the imagination they want, but then of course everyone else wants to come to that place to fight, or maybe not for imagination, but health, and then you have kind of... You have an incentive for people to have a home base, and so it adds that little bit more complexity, but say, if you're just at the imagination... Like, if you're at the armor home base, okay, this is dumb, this is really dumb, but I kind of like this as a concept. And, okay, the other thing we need to do is it needs to be... This is quite a small property, so it needs to be a little bit difficult to get from one base to the other. But we need to have it, basically, each base has some downside to it. Like in... I can't... The issue is, if I just spawn in a Ronin every single time I give the player health, that doesn't help. That doesn't solve any problems, because it's either... Oh, and I'm running out of storage space. Okay, I should stop recording now. Okay, I've got to work on this. I'm excited. Okay, but I stop recording as I run out of storage space. And I might upload this and immediately start recording again afterwards. Depends how long the upload takes, which depends on how good my internet is. I'm excited. Let's go.